Welcome to History's Darkest Questions. Today's video is The Watermelon Stereotype, Its Racist Origins and Impact. Imagine a single fruit symbolizing a history of racial hatred and oppression. For African Americans, the watermelon stereotype is as painful and enduring as the chains of slavery. To understand this harsh reality, we must delve into the origins, evolution, and impact of this racially charged symbol. The origins of the watermelon stereotype date back to the era of slavery in the United States. Enslaved Africans were often limited to meager diets, with watermelon becoming a common food due to its availability and nutritional value. Fast forward to the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, and newly freed African Americans began growing, selling, and savoring watermelons as a symbol of their newfound freedom. However, this autonomy and prosperity threatened the status quo, fueling the fire of racism. Southern whites, unable to accept the success of African Americans, weaponized the watermelon as a tool of degradation. Caricatures and cartoons depicted African Americans as lazy, gluttonous, and happy only when consuming watermelons. These images not only spread through popular culture, but were also used in advertisements, reinforcing the stereotype with alarming effectiveness. As visual propaganda, it was a relentless assault on African American dignity. Jump to the late 19th and early 20th centuries when the Jim Crow era ensued. White supremacist groups further solidified this hateful image. Racial caricatures appeared in postcards, sheet music, and films, perpetuating the dehumanization of African Americans. One notable example is Thomas D. Rice's blackface minstrel character, Jim Crow, which popularized the watermelon stereotype across the nation, embedding it deeply into the American psyche. The psychological impact on African Americans was and remains profound. It infused daily life with a perpetual state of shame and stigma. The stereotype didn't just attack a love for a fruit, it was an attack on identity and agency. The mere act of enjoying watermelon could transform into an act of social defiance or retreat. This oppressive imagery made African Americans hyper-aware of their behaviors and preferences in public spaces to avoid reinforcing the stereotype. The toxicity of the watermelon stereotype lingered through the civil rights era, used as a weapon against activists striving for equality. Martin Luther King Jr. and his peers often found themselves the subject of racist cartoons wielding watermelons as instruments of humiliation and subjugation. This era should have marked the end of such bigotry, but instead, it further cemented the connection between African Americans and watermelon in the nation's dark racial narrative. Even in modern times, the watermelon stereotype persists insidiously. It rears its ugly head in social media memes, justifying casual racism under the guise of humor. For instance, during the 2008 presidential campaign, a cartoon of Barack Obama in the White House lawn littered with watermelons sent shockwaves through the black community. These so-called jokes resurrect centuries-old pain and prejudice, showing the stereotype's undying hold on racist ideology in America. Compounded by microaggressions, the stereotype shapes perceptions in ways that impact real-world interactions and opportunities. African Americans find themselves navigating a social minefield where the simplest diet choice can provoke judgment or ridicule. Restaurants, grocery stores, and even colleagues at work might become arenas of tension and discomfort, all because of an enslaved people's association with a fruit. Recognizing the racist roots of this stereotype requires acknowledgement and confrontation. Education about its origins and perpetuation can spark conversations that dismantle prejudice. Only by exposing and discussing the painful history can society begin to cleanse itself of this toxic symbol and move toward a more inclusive and understanding future. The watermelon stereotype serves as an enduring reminder of how insidious and cruel racism can be. From the fields of slavery to the memes of today, it represents a shameful legacy that continues to affect African Americans profoundly. Understanding its history is a crucial step in combating the harmful narratives that persist in American society.